Richard the Lionheart, Richard I, 1157 to 1199, was King of England from 1189 to 1199 and remains one of the most famous monarchs of the Middle Ages. Known for his exceptional bravery, military skill, and chivalric ideals, Richard is celebrated as a warrior king, though his reign was marked by frequent absences from England due to his campaigns abroad. Early life. Born on September 8, 1157, in Oxford, England, Richard was the third son of Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine, one of the most powerful women in medieval Europe. Fluent in Occitan and French, Richard was deeply tied to the culture of his mother's duchy, Aquitaine. He spent much of his youth in France and had limited ties to England. Richard was a skilled poet and musician, embodying the ideal of the cultured knight. Rise to power as a younger son, Richard was not originally expected to inherit the throne. However, after the death of his elder brothers and rebellion against his father, he became the heir. In 1189, Richard succeeded his father, Henry II, as king, though his focus remained primarily on his continental possessions in France. The Third Crusade, 1189 to 1192, shortly after his coronation, Richard committed to the Third Crusade, aimed at reclaiming Jerusalem from Muslim leader Saladin. Richard's military genius shone during the campaign. Key victories included the Siege of Acre. Richard played a decisive role in capturing the city. The Battle of Arsif. Richard's forces defeated Saladin in a rare open-field battle, showcasing his strategic brilliance. Despite his successes, Richard was unable to capture Jerusalem. However, he negotiated a truce with Saladin, ensuring Christian pilgrims safe access to the city. Capture and ransom. On his return from the Crusade in 1192, Richard was shipwrecked and captured by Duke Leopold of Austria, who handed him over to the Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI. Richard was imprisoned for over a year, and his release required an enormous ransom of 150,000 marks, equivalent to billions today, which heavily burdened England. Rule and legacy. Richard spent less than 6 months of his 10-year reign in England, focusing on defending his French territories. His administration in England was left to officials, most notably his mother, Eleanor, and William Longchamp, his chancellor. He imposed heavy taxes on his subjects to fund his campaigns, which caused some resentment but did little to tarnish his heroic image. Death. Richard died on April 6, 1199. At the age of 41, after being wounded by a crossbow bolt during the siege of Charlus-Chabrol, a minor castle in France. His death marked the end of an era, and he was buried at Fontevraud Abbey in Anjou, alongside his parents. Legacy. Despite his limited involvement in English governance, Richard became a legendary figure in medieval and modern culture, representing the ideal of a knightly king. His exploits were romanticized in literature, and he appears in numerous works, from medieval ballads to modern novels and films, including those about Robin Hood. His nickname, Lionheart, remains synonymous with courage and valor. Richard's reign was brief and tumultuous, yet his larger-than-life persona has ensured his place as one of the most iconic kings in history.